Hey guys, it's Chey. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and if you're not, hey boo. So for today's video, we are doing this beautiful beat that you see using some BALM makeup, okay? And when I say BALM, I mean Black owned makeup products, okay? Now, unfortunately, there is a decline in a lot of Black beauty products. So the products that I pulled are more mainstream, but if you guys know of more indie brands that are Black owned, please let me know, okay? Y'all, the face is eating and I literally am in love. So if you guys want to do this beat with me and talk all things Black, okay, then you already know what to do. If you like it here, if you like my vibe, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, okay? I'm a little extra sassy today. And let's get into this video using Black owned makeup products. So we are doing a full face of Black owned makeup. So I already have my brows done. I don't have any Black owned products for brows, but we're gonna get into the eyes, starting with eye primer. I have this GLAMLITE icing eye primer, and this is in the shade MOCHA. I'm definitely including Miss Giselle into this conversation. She is an Afro-Latina. This eye primer actually doesn't get enough love from me because I don't know why. This is a really good eye primer. I don't have any complaints. It blends out and my eyeshadow sticks really nicely. For eyeshadow, I definitely want to use this Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette. I think I've had this for like 3 or 4 years and I have not used her. And she is absolutely gorgeous. And then I also pulled out this GLAMLITE Garfield palette. This is new in my collection, but it's been out for quite some time. But I recently purchased this at the end of 2025, so I'm gonna kind of bounce between eyeshadow palettes because I'm not really sure what look I'm gonna create. And this is what the GLAMLITE Garfield palette looks like. Oh my god, it's so stunning. I want to start with Miss Pat McGrath. So I'm gonna take this shade right here as my transition shade, which is gonna be really deep. It's more like a red brown. Focus this. Oh yeah, that is rich. That is a rich chocolate. And I'm just gonna bring it on the lid a little bit and up and above, and I'm gonna try to flick out because I kind of want my eyes to be like more in an upward position. To blend out the edges, I'm gonna go into the GLAMLITE Garfield palette. I'm gonna mix a perfect match in Do Not and Donut Please. In the Pat McGrath eyeshadow palette, they only have like a light pink, and I don't really want to do anything like super pink. And I will say, when it comes to like Black owned makeup, like they do not skimp on the pigment, and I feel like just having that melanin in your skin, it can be hard to have it can be hard to find eyeshadows that are vibrant and pigment enough to show up on your skin. So I'm really just glad we have these brands that cater to us and for people that really love color. So going into the Pat McGrath palette, I'm taking this like light pinky mauve color, and I'm just gonna put this right here. I feel like I'm like in a Valentine's Day mode. I love pink anyway, but I feel like this is like more purple and pigmented, but I want a pop of color without doing too much. So many different shimmers in this Pat McGrath palette. I think I'm gonna go into this shimmer right here. That is pretty. So this is like a green gold. It's super pretty. I'm gonna take a smudger brush and go back into that dark brown and just pack this on the lash line a little bit and really make sure I'm not losing the depth in this eye. Just to be a little bit extra, I'm going to take my DANESSA MYRICKS COLORFIX stick. This is in Duo number 3. And I'm going to take the foiled side, which is Lunar Veil. And I'm just going to take a little bit on my finger And I'm just gonna tap that right in the center. Pretty. And I love me some DANESSA MYRICKS. For lashes, I am going to be using this brand called Lash 7. I have been wearing these lashes for like a couple years now, and I really do like them. The style that I'm going to be wearing is called Alyssa, so I'm going to go ahead and do some wing liner and pop these lashes on, and then we're going to come back and do the base. This is what the eyes are looking like. It came out really good. It's a little bit more colorful than what I was going for. I do have to like run some errands after this. I'm not trying to be too out there with the makeup, but you know, whatever we end with is what we're gonna end with. To kind of color correct my face without using like an orange color corrector, I'm going to be taking this DANESSA MYRICKS Blurring Balm Powder. This is in the shade 8.5. So this is going to be more of my skin tone shade. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this, and the innovation with Miss DANESSA MYRICKS needs to be studied because her products are so great. And what I love is that she has a mix for like all skin types. And then of course, she has a beautiful shade range, and her being a Black woman as well, she understands the undertones, and also being a makeup artist. And honestly, I feel like when it comes to just like brands and undertones and, you know, things like that, I feel like Black people just, they be getting it right. And one thing that they're gonna do is be inclusive, because you know, we understand what it feels like to not be included. I know some people don't feel like this, but some people think that anytime they hear Black owned, that it's like anti any other race, which is not true at all. And I really wish like for these Black owned brands that they truly get the shine and love that they deserve. And I feel like ever since 2020, like there are less and less Black brands. And especially with the tariffs and being smaller businesses, like it is really hard in this economy to like stay different, stay afloat, to capture your audience and, you know, get people to buy your products. I feel like not just for February, but we need to definitely support Black owned brands as we can. For foundation, of course, we're going to be using Miss Fenty Beauty. This is the soft lit, so this is more of like a luminous foundation, but Miss Fenty, she came in and took over. Okay, she came out guns blazing with her shade range and continuing to expand on that. Like that's a beautiful thing. I'm just gonna mix a little bit of blue pigment in with this because it is like a little warm on me. When it comes to like complexion products, these Black owned brands just do what they're supposed to do. Okay, I'm gonna take my LYS. Oh my god, this is literally almost done. This is the LYS Skin Loyalty Makeup Setting Spray. It is a natural finish, and I'm just gonna use this to spray the face. I just love how it melts into the skin. And look at that shade match. It's so beautiful, and it just looks like skin, and it doesn't feel heavy. So Miss Riri definitely knew what she was doing when she came out with this foundation. Normally I'm not a luminous foundation type of girl, but with that DANESSA MYRICKS primer, I can literally wear almost any foundation that I want. So like I said, these Black owned brands, they have to work 10 times harder, show up 10 times more than anyone, especially if they're a woman. Like being a Black woman in America is, whew, that is a hard role to be in, because you're constantly seen as the strong one, the one that has to constantly push through, and oh, you'll figure it out, and people really just, you know, let you figure it out with no help. You have to, you know, be on your grind. For cream bronzer, I have two shades. So we have Espresso from Fenty, and then we have this one from LYS. And I've really been loving this LYS because it's more neutral, but I feel like my foundation is just a smidge dark. So I don't know, I feel like I need a little bit of contour. I'm gonna first start with this one from Fenty Beauty, just because it is a little bit deeper, so it's gonna give me a little bit more structure that I'm looking for, and then to kind of warm up the face, even though I feel like I don't really need any warmth. And these products just melt like butter into the skin, so you don't have to work really hard. It's so good. I just wish that there were more affordable options besides Juvia's Place for like black owned brands. Not saying I won't spend the coin, I sure will, but you know, everybody has different price points, and it's just harder, you know. It's harder to come out with brands that are good quality at an affordable price, and you're a small business. So I get it, but you know, it wouldn't hurt to see more affordable brands. So now I'm just taking a little bit of Honest right here, just to have something to blend into like that contour shade. I'm definitely more of a bronzer girl. I will pack on all the bronziness. I don't know. I feel like bronzer really just helps shape my face. So for me, the more the merrier. And look at that blend, okay? It does what it needs to do. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Fenty We're Even concealer, and to brighten her up, we're going to be taking Juvia's Place number 16. I recently started using this Fenty Beauty concealer, and this has been out for a while, and I feel like I'm always late to the party when it comes to trying new things, but I don't know, when I have something that I like, I really try to stick with it. And we're just gonna clean up that bronzer there. And the sponge that I'm using is a black owned brand, but unfortunately it did close down. This is from like DSMD. This is such a nice sponge, and it's soft, and it was only $5, and just the marbling on it is so beautiful. And I hate that it closed down, but it's a hard market, and you just try to support where you can. And I feel like people are being more intentional when it comes to like finding black brands and supporting them. So I feel like black creators are really good at showcasing black owned brands. And you know, I feel like for me, I can only speak for myself, but I need to get in more of a habit of, you know, supporting black owned brands. When I was going through my makeup collection and looking for all my black owned products, I was like, dang, I don't really have that much. And the products that I do, like, they're discontinued. Like Colored Rain is no longer a thing, and it's just hard. But there's still some brands out there like the Lip Bar, Thread Beauty. We have Day Day Signature for eyeshadow. I have still yet to purchase from them, but they are on my list of eyeshadows to try. They are a little bit more pricey, but you know, I don't mind spending the coin when it comes to good quality and just supporting my people. Oh my god, that is a bright under eye. Oh my god. And I recently rewatched Hidden Figures, and it just hits different during Black History Month. For blush, y'all know I love me some DANESSA MYRICKS, but I'm trying to switch it up. So for today, I am going to be taking the GLAMLITE BRATZ blush palette, and we're going to create a blush look. So this one is a little bit bulky, but it does have 3 creams and 3 powders. So I'm going to start with this shade right here called After Hours. And GLAMLITE definitely doesn't skimp on the pigment when it comes to her products. I will say, like, this blush is really glowy. Like, it's super juicy. And for me, it's a little bit too glowy, but I still want to use it. And I'm just really taking that underneath the eye and keeping it tight, because that is going to give me that beautiful flushed look. Really love how it just melts into the skin. To set my under eyes, I would normally go in with a loose and then a pressed, but I'm really trying to switch it up and do a pressed before I bake. So I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty powder foundation. This is in the shade 345, and I'm just going to use that to set the under eye first. and that doesn't look super scary. And to set all over the face, I'm going to be taking this shade right here, which is 410 from Fenty Beauty. I feel like as I'm getting older, just taking care of myself is very important, especially as a Black woman. I feel like we definitely can get tied up in our roles as a mother, wife, whatever the title may be. I feel like we really pour into whatever we're doing and we forget about ourselves. I feel like any woman can relate to that, but especially Black women, because y'all already know. As we get older, like, it is important to take care of your health. Your body changes, especially after having kids. And we don't always put ourselves first, but since turning 30, y'all, that is definitely something that I have been working on, which is very hard to do because it feels selfish, but you only have one life, so you need to make sure that you're taking care of your mind, body, and soul. And you know, it takes a lot of work. It's not easy to do. So for bronzer, one of these items are discontinued, but I wanted to show you anyway. This is the lip bar. This brand is still around. They just don't have this specific product. This is a face palette, and I'm telling you, when it comes to, you know, people of color, they know what to do with complexion. So they have a bronzer and a contour, a blush and highlighter, and I love using these bronzers. And then one that's not discontinued, that's still available, is going to be this bronzer from Mented Cosmetics. So we're gonna use Miss Mented today, and this is in the shade Yacht Life. Now this does have like shimmer reflex throughout the bronzer, so I'm not sure how that's gonna translate. I feel like the last time I used this, it pretty much still looked matte, but look at that shade. Like, if that's not the perfect bronzer, okay, it's so good. It's giving I need to be on a beach, okay? It's nice to see like representation with brands and just with creators. And you know, this month of February, I feel like I'm just discovering so many Black creators, and I just love to see it. You're constantly putting yourself out there for the world to like scrutinize you, and you show up anyway. Like for me, I never, okay, thought that I would be creating content. Like, I do my makeup every now and then, and I didn't really think to do it, but because I have such supportive friends that pushed me to do it, they were like, girl, you need to do some videos. And one thing about me is that I love everybody. I grew up with a German mom. I have a very diverse group of friends, I will say. Now for powder blush, I'm gonna go into this pink called BRATZ pack, and that is like a beautiful bubblegum pink. And oh, that pigment, y'all. Now this blush is so good. I definitely prefer the powder blush more than the cream, but it is really pretty. Miss Giselle did her thing with this blush palette. I just wish the packaging wasn't so bulky, but I mean, it's BRATZ, okay? This is BRATZ. And then I'm gonna go into Blush Hour, which is more of like a rose color. And I'm just going to place this back here. And I really like doing my blush like this. That way there's a nice ombre, and that's definitely whose technique is that? Is that Pat McGrath? No. Is that? I don't really remember whose blush technique it is. I think it's Pat McGrath with the blush effect, but I'm here for it. I'm living for all the blush blindness. Now we're gonna take some setting powder. This is again from Miss GLAMLITE. I did have a package coming in from Jordiana Tisha. That is also a Black owned brand. I was really hoping that it would have arrived by now, but unfortunately it didn't, because I've been wanting to try that powder. But we're gonna take Banana Cream Pie, and we're gonna use this, y'all. This powder, I cannot stop using. I love this powder. I've been eyeing the pink powder, but y'all, I just love this banana shade. It's not like super yellow, it's like a soft yellow. It is a mattifying powder, so if you have really dry skin, I would not recommend this for you. But for me, having oily skin, like, this is amazing, and it's so blurring and so smoothing. This does not get enough hype at all. Look at how blurring and smoothing this face is looking. Ugh, it looks so good. Just taking a clean brush and dusting off this powder here. When it comes to the lip category, I love that I'm seeing like more Black influencers collab with different brands or coming out with their makeup line. So I'm gonna be taking this lip liner from Remedy by Ari, and this is from Ari on Instagram, or The Real Kyle Sister. So this is Ari Fletcher's beauty line. And this is in the shade Baby Girl, and this is such a pigmented, okay, pigmented lip liner. And Jordana Tisha, they have lip liners too. Juvia's Place, Fenty Beauty, they have really nice lip liners. But I want to show some love to this because this is so creamy and it's very rich, so I have to be very light-handed when it comes to this lip liner. For lipstick, I'm throwing it back to Miss Juvia's Place. This is in the shade Mademoiselle, and I loved wearing this lip color. This is like a beautiful peachy nude color. I feel like when it comes to just like Black people and Black creators, like, we thrive in every aspect, okay? Fashion, we kill it. Just all the areas we show up in, and it's just beautiful to see, like, seeing the girls wear color and, you know, the hair, okay, the makeup. Like, we are definitely a triple threat. We are educated, and it's just so beautiful. And for gloss today, I'm gonna be taking the Remedy by Ari. This is Pink Matter. Now I will say with her glosses, they're not super juicy, but they are really nice. I definitely want to pick up a couple more that are like more reflective. When it comes to lip combos, I swear Black people have the best lip combos. And the lip is just a little too peachy for me. So I'm going to take this J. LaRue and Kayla Wayla MUA collab. And this is in the shade Not Too Much. And this is a really beautiful, like, nudie pink color. And I'm just going to add this right here. So beautiful. Now that is a nude, okay? Miss Kayla snapped when she made these glosses. I do have every shade. J. LaRue Cosmetics is also Black owned. I do have their pigments. The lips are extra juicy because of this gloss, and I'm not mad at it, okay? For highlighter, I have Fenty Beauty, but I think I really want to use these from Pat McGrath. Like, these don't get much love in my collection because they are like very pricey, and I don't know, it's so pretty and I don't want to ruin them. This is the Skin Fetish Divine Highlighter in Bronze Mirage. So we're gonna take this, I think, on the nose. The other highlighter that I have is a little bit too light for me, so we're gonna mix her. And yeah, that is definitely a bronze highlighter. I'm gonna take this Pat McGrath highlighter. This is actually a collab with Bridgerton from a few years ago, and this is in Lunar Nude, and it is like a champagne pink, like super light. And I'm gonna just add a little bit of that. I just love the embossing on it. I'm gonna add a little bit more on my nose because I feel like the nose highlight was just a little too deep. I'm going to take a little bit of that lighter highlighter and just add that right here. Oh, that is beautiful. Like, why haven't I used this sooner? Okay. It's so pretty, and you don't need a lot because it is very pigmented. So gorge. I feel like I'm starting to get carried away. Now that we have the highlighter on, it's time to lock it all in with Miss DANESSA MYRICKS, okay? I love this setting spray. Like, this setting spray, chef's kiss, okay? And with the setting spray, you want to let it dry down a little bit, and then you want to press it into the skin. So I'm just going to let it dry down. And then to really get that blurring effect, I'm just going to press that setting spray into the skin. And look at that glow. Like, everything is glowing where it needs to, but it's also super blurring. Like, my skin has never looked better than with this setting spray. This face is literally so scrumptious. So I'm gonna go ahead and get dressed and do my hair, and we're gonna talk about these Black owned makeup products. And this is the final face using Black owned makeup. Y'all, I feel so cute. The face is beat, honey, okay? Beat to perfection. Like, y'all, I cannot look at it's the highlight for me. Like, I'm definitely a highlight type of girl, so the highlighter is so good. Like, why did I wait so long? The face is good and everything even out. One thing we gonna do is make it work. Happy Black History Month to all of those who celebrate. This is our time to shine, and we want to definitely put a spotlight on as many people that we can, as many brands, influencers, businesses, because y'all, we excel at everything, okay? The hair, we can rock any hairstyle, we can rock any look. We're like a chameleon. We adapt and conquer. So I love seeing more Black people in professional settings like doctors, dentists. It's really such a beautiful thing. I'm gonna have listed in the description box my favorite Black creators right now. Y'all go show them some love, follow them, and support them. To all the beauty girls out there, y'all are doing y'all's thing. I see you, y'all are slaying, and just keep going, and that's for everyone. Thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of this video. Let me know if there's any other brands that I need to have on my radar. Let me know in the comments, but I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.